Welcome to Life with Strings Attached. I'm your host, Jamie Gale. For this week's special biography edition of Life with Strings Attached, we're on location in Switzerland with Giulio Negrini, founder of Giulio Negrini Guitars, to uncover the remarkable journey behind one of the boutique world's most imaginative and precise builders. From a childhood steeped in fantasy and music to mastering classical luthiery in Italy, Giulio's story is anything but ordinary. He shares how a failed conservatory audition shifted his focus from performance to creation, how early fatherhood fast-tracked his entrepreneurial spirit, and how each guitar today tells a personal, mythic story through sound and inlay. This is a conversation about craft, conviction, and creativity you won't want to miss. It was an honor to share this time with Giulio Negrini. I hope that you enjoyed as much as I did. Giulio, we want to know your story. Want to know where you were born, what year. Tell us a little bit about early life through to now, focusing on the parts that, if we were to remove those parts of your story, that you probably would be a different Giulio Negrini.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'll try.
Yeah, the important. I know it's a tough assignment.
Yeah, it is.
But I think that it's possible.
Okay.
So
I'll manage. Okay. So I was born in Rome, 85. 6th of April, it was snowing in Rome. It was one of those strange days in Rome, and it was April. Yeah, I lived in Rome for 4 years, and then we moved, and then we moved, and then we moved again with all the family, 5 siblings. Mm-hmm. And being 5 siblings, everyone was, how do you say, holding up for himself. I mean, nobody was looking up to you. Mm-hmm. You need to be on your own all the time. I'm the second one, and my passion back then was climbing trees and collecting stuffs, woods, rocks, bringing back home and creating stuff already when I was a kid. Mainly swords. I was enjoying creating swords out of wood and drawing on them. So almost like inlays. I remember this one I was so proud of. It was full black, painted black. Mm-hmm. And I have this vine. I have these metallic cars from my uncle. He was used to paint small toys. Okay. Then he stopped and said, "Hey, I know you can draw." I was drawing a lot when I was a kid. So here you go. You give me this full drawer of colors. I was so happy. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So I started creating this vine on this wall made of copper and silver on black. It was so good. I think my mom threw it away when I wasn't looking because it was too dangerous and I would kill my other brothers. So, yeah. And I was running into the woods and imagining things with elves, dwarves, in a fantasy kingdom with my fake swords, fighting dragons. That was me as a kid. Yeah, I was passionate about fantasy books. Mm-hmm. And when I was not at school, I was just reading fantasy all the time. And my family is a musician's family. My father is not, but my mother was. And she's a singer, opera singer, and a piano player. And so she has one rule for all the kids. You must learn one instrument and do one sport every year. You can change at the end of the year, mm-hmm. but you must do it. So I played a lot of instruments because I got bored easily, mm-hmm. and I played a lot of sports, so that helped. And it was a classical reality, so only classical music was allowed by my mother. My dad was more a hard rock kind of guy, but he wasn't that present at that time, so my mother ruled unconditionally over all kids. And my brother is a clarinet player right now. And my other sister, she's a ballet dancer. Okay. So we all are into the music or arts.
These are their professions?
Yes, professionally, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, then I decided to play guitar when I found a guitar in a closet of my dad. I didn't know he was a guitar player, and he wasn't. When I spoke later with him, "Why do you have a guitar? Just to play for girls?" That's it. But I was tired of trumpet, I was tired of piano, so I say, well, let's try guitar. Like, I don't know. I just wanted to do something different. And oh my God, I love the guitar. Oh my God, it just seduced me in a way that was totally unexpected. And funny story, the first time I wrote guitar, because I went to a mid-school, there was a musical mid-school, so we had lesson every afternoon to play guitar. So first day was about the guitar itself. So you have to write the title, and I wrote it wrong. I say chitarra, with two T, chitarra. It was funny because then the guitar is my whole life right now. It's funny to think about. I spelled wrong in the beginning. Yeah.
Room for improvement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then everything was guitar, 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 guitar. I mean, the whole world was just about the guitar. And I was a good classical guitar player. I rushed all the steps. I immersed myself so much into this instrument. It was so easy for me to play. And I went to a conservatory for admission when I was 14. And I played a very, very difficult piece. It was Asturias by Isaac Albeniz, played by a 14 years old. It was like, okay, good accomplishment. But I played wrong with the timing. I wasn't familiar with timing. I was familiar with reading notes, play them, and just that's it, and feeling them. And from a classical perspective, it's more about the interpretation than the rhythm, constant rhythm. We never had this in our family about you have to keep rhythm. It was more like feeling the music and then imagining things with the music. So they tried to make me go on time on this piece. I wasn't able, so I wasn't admitted to the conservatory. Thanks God, because I was so pissed off by that. I mean, my life was that. That was the objective, and they just broke it. And I was like, I was playing the electric guitar a little bit meanwhile, but the classical guitar was my direction back then. So they broke that. And I was so angry as a kid, as an adolescent, that I threw it away. I mean, classical music is not my thing anymore. And I just put myself into rock music completely. Thanks God. Because it changed completely the direction of my life.
At 14.
At 14. And also, it represents rebellion for me, the electric guitar. Because I was starting to listen to rock music with friends, and I recognized some of the sound I was hearing when I was a kid during our travels with the family, because we were listening to music cassette of classical music, Bach, Mozart, Vivaldi, and a little bit of Queen, just a little bit to please my father. And being used to hearing classical music, when I heard the electric guitar, for me was like, oh my gosh, these sounds are so cool. Seems like outer space, lasers. I wasn't able to connect that was the electric guitar. So when I started playing the electric guitar, something clicked. And I was like, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to play. So I started the career as a guitar player. And I went to a very good school in Italy, in Firenze. Once a month, I was traveling from central Italy to north of Italy. And I met a lot of musicians in there, hard rock and fusion guitar players. So my technique improved, while my guitar didn't. So I wanted a better guitar. I had no money, and so I started making guitars, just like that. Since I was good at making swords, I figured out why not making guitars. And that's how it began, as a fun play. And the first one was horrible, really terrible. It was a complete disaster. But I loved the process so much that another one immediately came and was a bit better. And then the third one okay, started to ring in a nice way. And I sold the fourth one to a local musician. And then another key moment was I made my girlfriend pregnant. I was 16. And I was in the midst of this dreaming guitar player path. And I was like, oh gosh, do I have to stop this? Is there a way I can still be in the music and be a father, proper one, and without giving up my dreams? And the father of my girlfriend was very kind. He told me, you know what? You have this dream. You have to rush it as much as you can right now. So let's go and fly. So he was supportive. He took my hand and told me, I know you can make guitars. Now let's do it properly. And he brought me to the Chamber of Commerce and say, this guy wants to open a business. I was like, do I? Really? I'm not so sure. Yeah, you do. So I opened my business when I was 21. Meanwhile, I was doing a violin making course just to get the proper papers. Yeah. So I am a master luthier by, formation. But I already opened my own guitar making business. And then it all started from there with a lot of restoration and repair. And then I make a guitar for my musical teacher. And I was so proud of that. But then he told me the guitar was terrible. I mean, the sound was okay, he told me, but he has a lot of defects in it. And I wasn't able back then to see those. And it was a huge opportunity for me to step back from my ego and understand he is right. The guitar, the finish is not perfect. The fretting is not perfect. There are problems here and there. I mean, it was a little bit mean, but that was exactly what I needed back then, to step back and with a hurtful ego saying, you know what, I will make the best guitars in the world. Nobody will ever say anything about them. I'll try my best to reach the top. So I threw myself into the guitar making now. It's becoming a new passion because, yeah, I was okay with the guitar playing. I love guitar playing. I reached a very nice level as a guitar player. Well, I'll tell you a story. I had a band, multiple band, but this one was really doing very well. Heavy metal band. We were playing all along the north of Italy every Sunday, and sometimes Friday and Sunday every week. We had our own van. It was cool, you know, kind of a dream. I mean, playing and rehearsing and doing music on stage. And we had also this moved on stage, synchronized and long hair. And it was fun, but one day I was on stage. I was playing, everything was perfect. It was also a very nice place with a high stage, with a lot of crowd. And I never felt so bored. I was like, this is so boring. Really? I was like, what's happening? So while I was on stage, I thought to myself, okay, what would you like to do right now? I mean, this is what you wanted all your life. What would you like to do? And imagine that table, low light, like it is now, and a piece of wood to sand, something to create in my own individual reality with my thoughts. And the day after, I told to the band, I finished what we have ongoing right now in the next few days, but I'm stopping this. And since then, I stopped this fight between being a guitar player, being a guitar maker, being a guitar player. Then the guitar making took over, and now I accepted my role in this society as a guitar maker. Yeah.
How old were you then?
25.
25. All right.
Cedar Creek Custom Case Shop is your premier fretted instrument custom case maker, and we invite you to create a musical instrument case unlike any other, one that's unique to you. Every Cedar Creek custom case is hand-built by highly skilled craftspeople using only select woods, Providence Forge hardware, and premium instrument-friendly materials. At Cedar Creek Custom Case Shop, we are dedicated to helping you design the case of your dreams. Find out more at cedarcreekcases.com. As a guitar builder and a player, you have a sense for when something's working right. That's why so many of the world's best trust D'Addario. Unmatched tone, perfect intonation, and strings made to the tightest tolerances in the industry. That reputation is no accident. It's the result of 400 years of being obsessed with quality and innovation. D'Addario. When you know, you know. Are you serious about the business of guitar? Then you need to join us on Patreon. We're building a future where guitar makers are able to live prosperous lives making instruments that inspire the musical experience, which helps to create a more beautiful world. Where others who are passionate about the guitar can thrive, those who help in the promotion and resale, trade shows, writing of books and articles are supported as a valuable part of the community. A community where we explore with curiosity and encourage those around us in their endeavors. With a community effort, we can accomplish far more than we can individually. So let's be serious about your guitar business and join us on Patreon. That's patreon.com/Jamie Gale Music. We are better together, so let's do this together. I love where we've been, and I'm excited about where we're going. This space is normally reserved for brands who make stories like this possible, like D'Addario and the Cedar Creek Custom Case Shop. If your company belongs in this conversation, let's talk. We partner with brands who value craft, culture, and the quiet power of a well-placed idea.
And when did the G&G that we would recognize today come about? Was it there from the beginning, or did it have a time that it was there a point where it became recognizable as?
I think it always was. The second guitar I made was in a mortgage shape already. I drew that when I was a kid. I was just drawing on a napkin, and the mortgage was already there when I was 16. So it has always been very recognizable. I never made. I made once a Tele once, and yeah, maybe a couple of Strat on request lately, but not in the beginning. I always created my own shape, my own concept of guitars. As a guitar player, I wanted something that was super playable with a great sound, very high performance, and yeah, the looking good part became just because of the story with my teacher. I didn't care that much in the beginning. It was more like a super musical performing tool. So yeah, it always grew, and the shape has constantly been improved. Even right now, I'm not using the same shape I used 2 years ago. It's still improving a little bit. So I think all of it was already G&G.
Okay. Were there any moments left to tell, or from 25 to your current state has been much the same?
No, it changed. And it changed when I introduced the CNC. So when I was a kid, again, I was drawing with the computer because it was part of my teaching at school. And the first thing that I drew was a saddle of a Floyd Rose with a designing software. So I already started to be in the world, and I always draw something on there, even if I never used the digital drawing for my guitars. In the beginning, it was all by hand. But then, when I was 25, I started to 29. Sorry, I started to use the CNC. I almost made one that was really a crappy one. I just needed to cut the template in the beginning, and then I got a new one, a bigger one, etc. But what changed in my thinking was the starting to think in a more coherent manner. Thanks to the CNC, I shifted from the artistry, messy and randomly doing stuff, to planning, organizing, and thinking in more square path to reach the objective. And I noticed a change in the way I arrange cables, even inside the cavity, in the way I work the frets. I don't know, in the way I arrange my own house is different since I got the CNC compared to when I was a free artist, I have to say. It gave some structure to my thinking that reflects on the guitars as well.
Okay.
And another very important steps in the G&G path was 2015. Everything about that year happened. I made my first Frankfurt music mess. I was doing a lot of expo, but it was only locally in Italy. Yeah. And then I said to myself, you know what, I want to try. I want to try going outside. Let's see what it is, all this stuff about Frankfurt music mess. And it was April, and I went. It was a huge success for me. It was, okay, yes, I can do this. And it means it is possible, so why wait? I planned on myself. I was planning on this sheet of paper, everything about for the next 5 years. I wanted to go to the NAMM show by 2020. And then I say, first start with Frankfurt, and then we see. I did Frankfurt. It was so easy and so successful. I say, you know what? NAMM is happening in 6 months. I'm doing NAMM as well. So I went straight away to NAMM show in January 2016. And sold out. I was like, oh my gosh, this is incredible. Yeah, that was the biggest step I ever took. And since then, I always done the NAMM show, thanks to you, the year after. The first Boutique Guitar Showcase 2017, I was there, thanks to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And the rest has been something more, or that's...
The rest is...
I can see a book over your left shoulder that I think interaction with that particular person might have changed.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. In the same year, I first went to NAMM show, 2016. The EGB, the European Guitar Builder Association, organized a workshop with Grit Laskin about inlays in Vienna. And the first time I saw it, I was like, oh, I already know how to do inlays. I don't need that. And then I was like, do I? I wasn't able to engrave, that's for sure. So I said to myself, you know, I'll go there just to learn how to engrave. I mean, the rest is, of course, I know how to do inlays. It blew my mind. Another lesson in humility. Grit is so good in the way he thinks, he projects, and his humor. I was really infatuated with the way he thinks about inlay. It changed the whole thing completely. For me, it was only a decoration, like was the vine on the sword I made. And now it became the subject. The subject is the inlay. The guitar is there to hold the inlay. And so I try to follow a little bit his steps, a lot of, not a little bit, a lot. And yeah, I have his book as well. And there is a story behind all of his inlays. And I'm trying to do the same, to create a theme to develop over the fretboard. And it's so hard. You have such a narrow space, it's so difficult to put everything in there. And that's the good part as well. You need to select and to send a message that is clear into a very straight canvas. Yeah, and now I'm moving more and more toward that direction of expression and art, you can say.
Yeah. Okay. And what's next for you?
Yeah. And there is a huge rush at the moment to keep up with the orders because it went so well, and I am now very grateful for what happened. That I sometimes miss the opportunity to have the time to create something new, and I start feeling the itching, and I want to go back to the improvement of the guitar in a performance meaning. I know there are some limits already to be surpassed, and like the neck joint and sound-wise, I think the guitar can still be much more than what it is now, and I'm looking forward for having the time to dedicate how do you say? I want the time to dedicate my time again to improve the guitar. That's the main reason.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
If I want to be able to stretch a little bit of time here and there to be back on that.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah.
You've been listening to Life with Strings Attached. If today's conversation meant something to you, consider passing it on. These stories find their place through the people who share them. A new episode comes out every Friday, right here, wherever you're listening. I'm Jamie Gale, and thanks for listening to Life with Strings Attached.